All right, you people, listen up. Here's 46. Here's 47. Let me turn off the lights to make it better. So, in your notes, I know everyone's paying attention right now, right? Okay. So, for this one, 46, 47, today is going to be a short, easy day because of all the stuff we've done already. Okay, it's all the stuff, and now we're just going to talk about what we already did and already learned, and then this is your practice. If you notice, only a couple problems right here. That's it. You have one transformation, then you have a double prime. So what does a double prime mean?
When you flip the
rotation after you flip the
Yes, so it's the you flip it twice, right? Or in this case, this is going to be a reflection and then a reflection, right? So it's more than once. So you're flipping not the pre-image, but the image. Okay? All right. So let's take a look at here on 47. Says, ah! That was actually quite manly, just so you know. I did not scream like a girl for all of you two. All right, so two triangles are congruent if they have the same size and shape. Size and shape. That's important. Two triangles are congruent if and only if one can be obtained from other rigid motions. So the rigid motions that we have here are going to be translations, reflections, rotations. Those are rigid. Those are the ones where we put one on top of the other. Okay? So that's where I trace it out with the patty paper, and I either slide it, I flip it over, or I turn it around. And it's going to match. Okay, so can triangle FED be mapped onto triangle CBA? Now, let's take a look. First thing you're going to do, because this is the trick question, and I know no one's already trying to put their head down and try to go to sleep right now, because ain't no one got no time for that. All right, so does F correspond with C?
Yes.
F corresponds with C, doesn't it? Okay, good. Does E correspond with B?
Yes.
And does D correspond with A?
Yes.
Okay, good. That is a good start. So it looks like they're in the right order, because if they weren't, I'm going to have to look to see, okay, there's an issue here. This is not how it's supposed to be. So this is the first check I have to do. I have to check to see if they correspond. So right here, so what does it mean for two triangles to be congruent? Let's take a look. I'm going to show you guys. You don't need the patty paper for this. I'm going to show you specifically why this works. So we're just going to map it. It's not going to be any specific type of flip, slide, rotation. So I'm just going to trace it out on my patty paper just to show you right here. So if I slide it, that's not going to work. It's going to be a flip. Now match it up. So when you match it up like this, that is yes, this can be mapped. So yes, I mapped it on, one onto the other. So this is going to be yes by, how was I able to put one on top of the other? Reflection, thank you. Are we good? So what does it mean for two triangles to be congruent? Corresponding pairs of sides and corresponding pairs of angles are congruent. Which side corresponds to side FE? So there's side FE, right? So I'm going to color that one because I like to color. FE is right there. So which side corresponds with FE?
CB.
CB, very good. So if this is correct right here, they're in the right order, I should be able to look at it like this. This says FE here, so which one has to go along with this? CB, just like that. So if you're looking at the triangle, and you don't even have to look at the shape, if this is true, you should be able to go FE goes with CB. So I'm going to put CB. Are we okay? Nothing too confusing, right? Okay, all right, let's keep going. So if FE is 2 inches, so FE is 2 inches. So right here, this is 2 inches. So what is CB going to equal? 2 inches. That's what it means by something being congruent. They have the same measure. All right, the length of the hypotenuse, CA, is 2.24 inches. CA, right here. This one is going to be 2.24 inches. 2.24. And we said that CB is 2. How long is FD? Look right here. So FD is going to be 2.24, right? Because it corresponds with CA. All right, can we map quadrilateral JKLM onto quadrilateral PQRS? So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to use a patty paper. But just looking at it, do they have the same shape? Yes? No, it's not the same shape. So if we're mapping one on the other and it doesn't say which type of map, all you have to do is trace one and put it on the other. So let me try that. So I'm going to trace this one right here. There we go. So I traced that one now. Can I map it onto the other one? No. So what does that mean if that's no? That means that they're not the same size or shape. Okay, in this case it's actually kind of both. Size and shape, because they're not the same. So for this one right here, and this is going to be a no, these are not the same size and shape. All right, suppose we were given that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Okay, so you're starting with the statement that these two are congruent. So if you know that they're congruent, you know all kinds of stuff that goes along. Okay? There is a transformation or composition of transformation that maps this onto this. Okay? So, given this information right here, what do I know because of this? So I know that angle A is congruent to angle D. So I'm going to write this out. So angle A is congruent to angle D. What else do I know?
Angle B is congruent to angle E.
Very good. Angle B is congruent to angle E. Well, hold on. Let me call on someone else that's not paying attention. Yeah, there you go. Okay, what's the last one?
Angle C congruent to angle F.
Very good. All right, so those are the angles, right? So if they're congruent, that means all the angles and the sides are congruent. So now, let's say I was a person sitting over there that usually tries to sleep, that has a blue Gatorade on his table right now, or light blue. Yes. All right, so do me a favor. Give me a line segment that are congruent. I'm trying not to call your name because I'm recording this, okay? So give me a line segment of these two triangles that are congruent. Okay, here's a start. What is AB congruent to? Say it. AB. AB is congruent to? I'm sorry, I can't hear that. AD? No. Okay, so AB, someone help them out. DE, right? So AB are these two right here because these two are congruent. So AB has to be congruent to DE. So I'm going to write that down. So AB, line segment AB is congruent to line segment DE. All right, so since this is a triangle, how many sides does it have? 3. So I need another volunteer to give me another one. I heard, okay, so you said, what is it? You said DF, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with DF. So DF is congruent to, so DF is congruent to AC, right? Because it's the first and third, right? And then be congruent to first and third. So that's AC. There you go. And I need another volunteer. Give me that last one. Go ahead.
Line segment BC is congruent to
EF, very good. EF. Good job. So just given this information, I know all of this. I know all of this. Okay, because they are going to be congruent in any rigid transformation, that they are always going to stay the same size and shape. Okay, so let's take a look. So given that information, now we know things are congruent. Okay, so let's go and look at this. Find the measure of DE and angle B. All right, let's start off with angle B. What is angle B going to be?
42.
Why is it 42?
Because it's congruent that, oh no, it'd be 65 because it's congruent to E.
Ah, there we go. So that's why I listed it over here, right? I want angle B. Angle B is congruent to angle E, isn't it? So this is going to be 65 degrees. Okay, so let's go through and just fill in the rest. All right, so what is angle A going to be? 73, very good. 73 degrees. Angle C? 42 degrees. Very good. Okay, so now what is DE going to be equal to? 2.6, because we mapped it out over here, right? So this is going to be 2.6 on this side. And FE? 3.7. So let's see, FE, right? FE or EF should be the same as BC, which is right there, right? And what is AC going to be? So given that information, you can find everything, right? Okay, so we asked, so the fill in the blank said DE, so DE was 2.6 and centimeters, right?
Yeah.
And angle B is,
65.
es muy fácil. C. All right, so that goes along with the transformations. It should be fairly straightforward. So now I gave you guys this right here. Now, what I want you guys to do today, as soon as we're done with this, I want you guys to finish, okay, everything that you have since this last notebook check. Okay, you have rotations, reflections, and translations that you're supposed to have done. Okay, so don't forget, like, share, and subscribe.